Today we're playing a very common variation of a huge Giganticus deck. We got, of course, our Mug, our Pogo, a couple other things that'll go well with those. And then we have our Conjure, Transformation Station, Chest, the standard broken huge Giganticus cards. This deck was suggested to me by a viewer, so if you yourself would like to suggest a deck, comment down below, because it'll boost my algorithm, and who knows, I might just play it if there's only one of you. This is a perfect hand. A little early game focused, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So now the question is, both of these are 3-cost combos, right? Our chest and our space-time, and then our interdimensional and our transformation. Which do we care about getting off more? And I think it's our interdimensional. Because if this chest gets destroyed, no biggie. Because the -2 cost is nice, but not necessary. Now, I have not uploaded in a few days now. One of the longer breaks in my channel's history, which is not very long. And of course, he's going to trade that out. A-okay. However, I have some excuses, for all but yesterday, I have been not at my setup. I didn't have a laptop. I considered going into the woods with just my phone and recording, but the problem was that I could record like a selfie, and then I could record my gameplay, but I couldn't do them simultaneously because when you close out of your camera app, it doesn't keep recording. So I deemed that unrealistic, implausible, improbable, and dumb. But I had a great time. That's a very crazy bounce. I mean, I guess he's going for this 4 damage to face, but me personally, not worth it. Never mind, this is useless, because this synergy is not gonna get value, because it's just gonna transform. We don't have any dancing. So I think we'll do this, and then we can freeze the Click Peas next turn. Or depending on what is here. Oh, that's a very good Shrinking Violet. Maybe I should have played around that, but if I want, no, there's nothing I could have done. I could have played in lane 1 and lane 4, but then I wouldn't be blocking the Click Peas, of course. That 4 damage is really hurting. So I think we're just going to go with a solid play here. We could even strike through if we need. 5/5, that's a great card to have on the board. But yeah. So I was at camp, and then yesterday, I just didn't find time to record. And to be honest, I've been kind of annoyed with this whole week, orientation week. We've been doing a lot of crazy traditions. Just today, we all got covered in white paint. They call it whitewashing, which I don't love the term, personally. I'll say it. But, I'm sure they had good intentions. Okay, we're gonna block this. And then, I don't want to Mug, because then this has to, if we get unlucky, that'll have to bounce. But I think that's what we have to do, and we just have to hope that this gets in lane 1. This is not a great play. Yeah, because we're just going to have to be forced to bounce the Mug. But I don't know what else I could have done. And he's going to bounce it for me, which is, that was brain dead, I'll say it. Because I guess he might not have done the Mug trick. For those who don't know, if you see your opponent play a Mug and you click on the any zombie before it turns into Gravestone, you can actually scroll through and see the positions of the zombie. That's the little tech for you, if you don't know. I feel like that's pretty, common knowledge, but you never know who's watching this. So yeah. Ooh. Now, okay, in the order, it doesn't end up that we actually get something transformed. But next turn, we will. Now, this fireman is really, really rough. We're gonna do this. Hopefully he'll, threaten one of these two. So that bouncing it actually gets value. But, it's possible that doesn't happen. Now, we do have 2 environments. But, we already have 2 environments on the board. I don't really want to replace them. Maybe it's worth replacing Strike Through, because this is card draw at the end of the day. And he's just going to try and race my face. We just have to bounce that. Unlucky. And to be honest, I don't have a very good answer for that water lane in this deck, I think. But he does only have 2 cards. So we have an Armor Knight. If we can survive a few turns, that's good. But it's not looking likely. This Hippity Hop, I don't know if there's anything to save us here. Could we do enough damage to his face? So the question is, if you put an egg in a gravestone, will it pop up and then transform? I think it's worth testing. If the game's already chalked, let's do some science, folks. Now, yeah, I don't think this gives us any win conditions. But we'll try our darndest, won't we? I hear dark lightning outside. It rained for the first time on campus. Okay. Will it? It did pop, okay. And that's not terrible, but it's gonna be GG's. That's okay, we'll play one more, of course, because this video's not been very long, of course. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. I've been orientating myself, but I just want classes to start, man. I thrive on a schedule. I just want to record my videos, go to class, work out, eat awesome dining hall food. Dude, I got a brownie here. Little ASMR channel. Joey D8. You're going down, punk. I don't think eating on camera is the most stylistic choice I could make, but we're gonna hold off because we could do that turn 1, that turn 2, but we'll have plenty of opportunities with all these to play it. Hear a door open like 1 away, and it never a good sign. Dude, it's so scary recording in the storm. Even though I'm like 90% sure my roommate's gonna be gone, he's eating dinner, you just never know, folks. And I think, I don't know how well you guys can tell, but I get quiet to myself when I hear things, and I feel like I talk a little quieter. We need a big transformation here, something that won't die. That'll do. The only other pirate we have in this deck is Treasure Chest, but it's a threat nonetheless. I can hear a voice outside, which makes me wonder, can my voice be heard? You do have the little under door like curtain thing, but ours is a little broken, a corner of it. So I don't know if that has an effect, but you just don't know. I need to really do a sound test with my roommate and with the people next door and just like yell and see how well it goes through the door. Which is a little silly, but I think it'd be good. So I would much rather transform this flame face than my gentleman zombie. But that's removing my environment. But I still think it's worth it. If we go later and we realize this was the bad play. Note right now, I'm sorry, future Toby Clot. In one of these orientation classes, we did write a letter to ourselves in a semester, which I plan to do for my 18th birthday, write much longer term letters. That's a good zombie. Given that we will get 2, I want to play Pogo to protect this Pogo, but that means we'll only get... I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay, he's covering up that environment. Unlucky. Is this a Cycle Cap variant? I would assume. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think with Beta Karatina you get Astro Shroom, so it's kind of a worse Cycle Cap. But it can still be a threat, folks. He did have Cosmic Bean. I'm trying to go in the memory bank. So this is kind of a Bean deck-ish. I would love a Mug right now. Double bounce, destroy his life, destroy his face, blow up his house. But of course, top decking a card is not always an option. It's okay. Electrician will do. We have a pretty weak field right now. But I'd say we're kind of advantaged. This is powerful 2 cards here. But this chickening will go dumb, stupid, crazy mode. We're going to do a bonus attack with the gentleman. So that this chickening will go ballistic. Ho ho ho, that's value and a half, folks. Almost too much value, because now my board is flooded. But he's on 7 HP. We got great rolls there. But the question is, what can he do to make a comeback? Normally, with these kind of decks, you run out of steam fast. He has 5 cards left, though. But that's... I just heard, like, clawing at my wall. I don't know if that's going to pick up, but it sounded like when a cat scratches, like, the litter box. Or, like, is trying to open the door. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was a sign that they can hear me. But I'm not talking very loud, so I hope I'm not disrupting them if they can. I'm just listening for it again. But he's on 5 HP. I think we're decimating him. I think we're putting him in the blender and obliterating him. We're just going to bonus attack Max. Yeah, I think this is a winning position. Very likely. You also might be able to tell, I'm a little sunburnt. I was in the sun. But not too bad. I think we're going to do a bonus attack with this. This will transform now into hopefully an awesome... Ooh, that's nice. Mainly only nice because you don't normally play interdimensional on heights. So getting this 3-drop is pretty cool. So we're just going to go for the rolls. Obviously, if he hits a 2 and a 3, this does not go lethal. But you just try. If you can try, go for it. And really, that's a lesson on life. Take the opportunities given to you. That's what I'm learning on college campus. You gotta, take every opportunity you can to record and go to every event you can. Now, there is free Canes at a movie tonight, which I don't know if I'm going to be attending. I kind of got to edit this. But also, Raising Cane's is really good.